A friend of mine visited me, and he wanted to see the Alps, but it's winter and I only have one pair of snowshoes. So we thought, hey, let's try to build some snowshoes. This started off more as a joke, but the end result is actually surprisingly decent. So let me take you along the full journey. Quick Google search, and we got an idea of how people used to build snowshoes. I actually had some ash wood laying around in the workshop, so we took those, cut thin strips, and bent it into shape with the help of some steam bending. On top of that arch, we slapped 2 wooden beams, and that already gave us the final structure. But at this point, we wanted to have a little competition because we had different ideas of how the snowshoes should be designed. So my buddy took some paracord and weaved a pattern onto the snowshoe. I, on the other hand, laser cut a sheet of plywood that I just slapped on the bottom of the frame. When we got to the mountain to test the snowshoes, it immediately became clear that my friend is a genius, and my approach was really dumb because the laser cut plywood started to break very soon, and the paracord was definitely enough to keep us on the snow. Surely it depends on the structure of the snow, if it's hard compacted snow or if it's light fluffy snow. When we tested it, it was like in between, I would say, maybe on the stickier side of the spectrum. But still, I think the paracord has way more advantages, and I would definitely stick with that leading forward. There was a bigger problem with the snowshoes on that day, though, because the way we fixed it to our shoes was just tying it with some straps. And this turned out to be absolute dog shit. No matter how tight we tied the straps, we kept slipping out, slipping to the side. It was just not working great. So I was back home, and my friend flew back to Poland. He did leave me with some good ideas, though, to fix the problems with the shoe mounting. So I got on it and tried to build a solution. So this is what I came up with, and I also added 2 spikes at the front, helping with sliding on ice. On the next mountain adventure, I took them with me and tested them up in the Alps. To my surprise, the shoe mounting worked really, really well. Also, the spikes did their job, so this now seems to me like a super promising snowshoe as long as the structure doesn't break. But I really tried to test that aspect by jumping around like a crazy maniac as much as I can. Being a woodworker, I can assure you that the ring, the frame, the arch that we bent from ash, that's 100% not going to break, but maybe the connection between the structural beams and that ring, that point might be a problem long term because we didn't fix it very strong. But plot twist, are you ready for it? After hopping around and making some altitude, what did break was the weld on the hinges. So once again, I'm being reminded that my welding skills could be better. So I took them home, I fixed up the weld, and the current state is that I put 2 more spikes on each shoe, and as I said, fix the welds, so I can take him on another adventure. And I'm really excited, not gonna lie. We started this project just to have some fun, but to be honest, there's one thing I am positively surprised about with these snowshoes, which is the weight, because I can weigh my normal snowshoes and these snowshoes. With this design, you can really get lightweight, big surface area snowshoes that I wouldn't really be able to find on the market. Well, that's it. I'm sorry I'm not really sharing a lot of experiences lately, but I hope this made up for it. As always, I hope you have an amazing day and see you around. Bye bye.